Premier Ford revealing a new cabinet.
And there is controversy surrounding some of the choices, with the Premier's nephew among the new faces at the top.
Here's a breakdown of some of the moves today. Straw fedoras, sunglasses, and bottles of water were plentiful during an outdoor cabinet reveal in late June. The makeup of the new cabinet was anything but sizzling.
I, Sylvia Jones.
I, Stephen Francis Leche.
I, Caroline Ann Mulrooney.
I, Victor Fedeli.
I, Raymond Sungji Cho.
I, Peter Anthony Edmund Bethlenfalvy.
I, Lisa Marguerite Thompson.
Doug Ford Cabinet 1.1 as opposed to a version 2.0. Really, because all the major players are staying in position, right? The only new position really is Sylvia Jones moving from Solicitor General into the Health Ministry. And that's, of course, because Christine Elliott didn't run again.
There were some ministers taking their very first steps to provincial politics, let alone obtaining a cabinet spot, which comes with a roughly $50,000 pay bump. Newly elected MPP from Hamilton East Stony Creek, Neil Lumsden, is the new Minister of Sport and Tourism. He's not the only new face in this cabinet. The others could get some people talking.
I, Michael Douglas Ford, swear that I will duly and faithfully, and to the best of my skill and knowledge, execute the powers and trusts reposed in me as Minister of Citizenship and Multiculturalism.
It was a family affair at Queen's Park as Doug Ford welcomed his nephew, Michael Doug Ford, to his select team, a decision the NDP are questioning.
There are plenty of people, people of color, in Ford's caucus that could take that position, and he chose to appoint his nephew. And as we all know, the qualifications there are dubious.
However, political analyst Keith Leslie says there may be more to the selection than purely nepotism.
The Ford name has a brand within many of the multicultural communities in Toronto because of the work done by Premier Ford and his brother before him. They reached out to a lot of these communities when other politicians in Ontario kind of ignored them, certainly in the city of Toronto. So I think they're using that. They think the Ford name has some cachet with a lot of the multicultural communities, and they may be right.
There is one active member that isn't returning to their post, and that's Lisa MacLeod.
She was one who, she was first in Children's Services after 2018 and really messed up the autism file, so they moved her over to sport and tourism. She had a couple of fumbles there. And then, of course, it turned out she was taking some salary top-ups from the Riding Association of taxpayers' dollars. While not technically illegal, that embarrassed the Premier's office, very off-brand for Ford Nation, and so she was dropped from cabinet.
Well, MacLeod out, Ford's 30-person cabinet now have 7 women, down from 9, and 7 visible minorities, and most of them are in junior ministries, at best, associate ministers.